wake up triggers. Going with the flow of the script without waking up might seem easier. But in that case, you don't have control over yourself or your reality, and you end up in situations you later regret. You realize you messed up simply because you weren't yourself, weren't in control. For example, you were deceived or offended but couldn't respond with dignity. Or you made a foolish mistake simply because you weren't in a conscious state. And again, you regret only after the fact, when the damage is already done. To avoid such regret and frustration, you must learn to wake up using activators. This takes practice and habit. A bit of alertness is only required at the beginning to develop this habit. Let's look at the simplest activators you can use as signals, triggers, for practicing wakefulness. First trigger, refueling your car. Create the habit of remembering yourself before inserting the fuel nozzle into the tank. Remembering yourself means taking control of your attention and asking yourself a few questions. Where am I right now? What am I about to do? Which fuel nozzle should I pick? Do I have diesel? Then I choose the black one. I'm aware of what I'm doing in this moment. Second trigger, using an ATM. Again, you'll need just a bit of effort to remember yourself. Set the intention. The ATM is now my trigger to always enter the state of presence. So you wake up, pull your card from your wallet. I see my wallet, I see my card, I see myself, where I am and what I'm doing. Carry out the whole transaction fully conscious. Third trigger, paying at a checkout. Once again, notice where your attention is and take control. I see myself, I see my wallet, I see the cashier. And does she see me? No, she's asleep. Yes, I'm in a dream, but I'm not sleeping, I'm acting consciously. Interesting, isn't it? However, if you've woken up deeply enough and started glowing, the cashier may actually notice something about you, something unusual, something different from the rest of the characters in the dream. She won't understand what it is, but she'll feel drawn to you. Because light always attracts. The light emanating from you at that moment won't be visibly noticeable, but it will be felt as something distinct and magnetic. You'll manage this easily if you have the desire to make these activators your triggers to build the habit. Once the habit forms, it becomes even easier. Start training with these triggers and then move on to creating your own.
Summary.
If you don't wake up, you don't control yourself or your reality, and you end up in situations you later regret. You can practice wakefulness using the simplest triggers. Gas station, ATM, checkout counter. Alertness is only needed at the beginning to build the habit. Once the habit forms, it becomes second nature and much easier.